Hello, I'm Zorab and this is Byther Farm, and on this channel you can learn about life on our small holding. That's gardening, poultry keeping and growing a food forest. This video is part of a collaboration started by Farm on Quail Hollow called A New Skill for a New Year. I was tagged by Jasmine over at Alternative Smallholding to take part, and I'm really pleased to be able to talk to you about the new skill that I want to learn this year. So today I am sitting here with about a half load of wood chips from our tree surgeon. Now he brought these around last night after dark, decided he wouldn't try and manoeuvre the trailer into the area where we want the wood chips to go, so he will be back some point over the weekend to do that. But this is the second load that he's bought for the weekend. He brought one yesterday which he's already dumped in the front orchard here, and this morning I've been out and started spreading it around. Now I find this work really tough going. Last year I moved a huge number of wood chips all on one day, and I ended up hurting myself because rather than doing little and often, I just did a vast amount in one go, and now every time I do a lot of this, my body complains. So it is very much a case of coming out, doing a little bit, having a rest, doing a bit more. And what I'm trying to do out here is to cover the whole of this area with a good 12 to 15 inch layer of wood chips, and then turning this into part of our food forest too. So we have 4 fruit trees here. I want to plant some currants in here and get lots of herbs in here too, but at the same time I need to leave enough space for more wood chippings to be delivered. So this pathway here, this roadway here effectively, a track will be left clear for the tractor to come through, and then all the wood chippings, all the new ones, are going in that direction. Pretty well done on wood chippings on this side, although you know, a few more won't hurt. So that was a couple of days ago, and since then the tree surgeon has brought mounds and mounds and mounds of more wood chips, and the steam coming off these is incredible. There is a huge amount of heat going in here, so they're starting to decompose already, which is absolutely brilliant. Now this is it's mostly leylandi, there's some cypress in here, I've seen some bits of yew as well, so all of this will end up on pathways for at least a couple of years to rot down before they end up in the beds. So I've got some work to do over the next few days, and all of this actually came, it's really local. It came from a neighbour's house about 3 homesteads away, and the other day I was saying what a nice day it was, and one of my neighbours was using a chainsaw for something. In fact, it was the tree surgeon. And he was taking out some hedging that was unwanted, but it got me thinking about our hedges. I've planted hedging all around the boundaries of our homestead, and the time will come when they are ready to be cut and to be laid. At the moment they're mostly very small, rather spiky plants, so on this, which is the west side, it's still very open. And while I love having this view, I'm not so keen on the winds that just rips across this site the entire time. So my hope is that a good thick hedge will help reduce some of the impact of that wind. I planted these 2 years ago. They haven't, well, they have grown. They've probably doubled in size since I planted them, but they're not forming much of a hedge yet. However, the ones I planted 3 years ago on the east boundary are looking great. So a year later, these plants are now, a lot of them are shoulder height or more with me. And they're kind of at the point of being ready to be cut back to encourage wider growth. And then I also have some really tall trees gone in. These weren't really tall, they were my height. They're certainly an awful lot taller than me now, and my hope is that over time they will form a really good barrier along here. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up or leave a comment or both, and don't forget to subscribe. I put up new videos twice a week here on YouTube and once a week over on Patreon. Honestly, you lot, what a mess! So much fuss. And I've also put in quite a lot of willow. Now these need cutting back. I'm going to cut these right back down to knee height or even lower to enable those to branch out more as well. But what I think I need to do is, I think this hedge could do with layering. Not quite yet. I think possibly that's one for next year, but to be able to layer my own hedge would be absolutely brilliant. Now layering is a process where you cut partly through the stem or the trunk, and then you lean it over, you lay it down a bit. New growth will come because you haven't severed it through completely. The bit that you've bent over will continue growing as well. And then you put stakes in and weave, usually hazel across the top. I might do it with willow because that's what we've got. But anyway, you weave that across the top and it forms almost a living wall. It certainly forms a really good hedge. And this is a really old skill. People have been doing this for millennia. But it is a skill I would really like to learn. So I've had a look, and do you know what? Locally there is a hedge laying course. So I think I'm going to do that course this year, and then hopefully next year I will be able to start laying my own hedge. That would be really exciting. I would be very pleased with that. So for this year, all I'm going to be doing is cutting back those willow to allow them to grow up a bit more. Things like these roses I will cut back a bit to encourage them to bush out further. Other than that, I'm going to wait until I've learnt the skills and then have a proper go at laying my own hedges. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for the day, I hope it's a positive one. And I also hope you'll join me again next time.